Chapter 1. The rift rain pattered softly against the windows of the small suburban home, its rhythm a lullaby to most of the neighbourhood. Inside one house on Alder Street, however, the air hummed with a strange tension. 11-year-old Lila Morgan sat cross-legged on her bedroom floor, her hands pressed into the carpet, her breathing shallow and deliberate. She was waiting. The lights flickered again. They always did before it happened. Her mother thought the electrical grid in their old neighbourhood was to blame. Her father blamed the thunderstorms. But Lila knew better. She'd known for months now the energy was hers. "Lila, dinner's ready," her mum called from downstairs. Her voice seemed so far away, almost like an echo through a long tunnel, but Lila couldn't stop now. She was so close. "Just a minute," Lila shouted back, though her voice wavered. A bead of sweat rolled down her temple as her fingers dug into the rug. She closed her eyes, focusing on the tingling sensation that started at the tips of her toes and climbed upward, like static electricity winding through her body. The space around her felt loose, as though reality itself was a sheet she could tug on. And then, with a soundless pop, it happened. A shimmering oval of light appeared before her, hanging in the air like a doorway. It rippled as if made of liquid glass, its edges glowing faintly with hues that shifted from blue to gold to violet. Through the portal, Lila saw a landscape she didn't recognise. Jagged black cliffs under a sky of swirling green clouds. The air beyond the wormhole shimmered with heat, or maybe something else. Something alive. Lila's breath caught in her throat. She'd done it again, but this time it felt different, bigger, more stable. The last few times she'd created these rifts, they'd been fleeting, barely open long enough for her to glimpse anything. But now, the portal stood firm, its edges crackling softly like the surface of a distant star. She inched closer, her small hand reaching out. Just as her fingers brushed the edge of the light, there was a loud knock at her door. "Lila, are you okay?" It was her mum, and the door handle began to turn. Panic surged through her. "What? Wait! Don't come in!" she cried, spinning around. Her focus slipped, and the portal wavered. The jagged cliffs on the other side began to blur, the edges of the rift collapsing inward like water swirling down a drain. Her mother pushed the door open just as the last spark of the portal vanished, leaving nothing but the faint smell of ozone. "What are you doing in here?" her mum asked. Her brow furrowed as she took in the sight of Lila, flushed and breathing hard on the floor. "Nothing," Lila said quickly, her voice higher than she intended. "I was just meditating." Her mum crossed her arms, clearly unconvinced. "You've been acting strange lately. First the lights flickering all the time, now this. Are you sure you're okay?" "I'm fine, Mum, really." Lila stood up, brushing her hands on her jeans. "Can we just eat dinner?" Her mum hesitated, but finally nodded. "All right. But you're not off the hook. We're going to talk about this later." As soon as her mum left, Lila let out a shaky breath and looked at the spot where the portal had been. The carpet was singed, a faint black ring marking the boundary of the rift. She'd have to cover it before her parents noticed. But more pressing than that was the nagging feeling in her chest, a pull, almost magnetic, from whatever was on the other side of the wormhole. She'd seen a shadow moving on those cliffs. Something had been there, watching. And she had a feeling it wasn't the last time they'd see each other.